Today, we are going to be talking about how to use the free Roku channel. Hello, everybody. Today, we're going to be talking about how to use the free Roku channel. Now, the Roku is a device, but they've switched in a way. They still make the device and they say they're going to continue to make the device, but they actually make more money from streaming and streaming advertising than they do on the device itself. You can get this, and if you think you have to have a Roku device, you don't. This is cross platform. You can get it pretty much on every device, stream it, apps for your phone, Google TV, Apple TV, everything. There used to be an issue with Apple TV with their device. That's like most devices. Little primer on that. Apple basically wanted only to stream their stuff and to go through them and to buy shows through them. They thought their device was superior and the people that had it was superior, and they would do that. Well, their calculations lost. Maybe it works in the phone world, might work in the computer world, but in the streaming world, people just didn't buy it, the device. So, and they noticed that. So then they started opening everything up. So now you can get it any device, shouldn't be an issue, shouldn't be a problem or anything like that. Now I'm going to show this to you on the computer, but on the device might look a little different, but it's going to be pretty much the same. The menu up here at the top where I'm showing you up here, that might be over on the side on some devices. I think that's going to be the big deal, but for the most part, these selections will be about the same and the home will be about the same. Now, the price, totally free, costs you nothing. Everybody knows the big two, Pluto TV and Tubi TV. Those are the big two. Right behind them is Tubi and Freevee. Freevee is going away, but it's going to merge into Amazon Prime. I'll go into another video on that. So this is right there with them. Out of all the services, with the exception of Amazon, since they have Amazon Prime shows in the freebie, for a streaming service, Tubi probably, for all the free streaming services, the Roku channel might have the best original content where, somebody made it and sold it to them, or they licensed it out to somebody to make it for them. One of the two. So, and we'll go over some of those shows there in a bit, but we're going to give the primers about all the different stuffs in here. The one thing I do want to show you right away, if you go up here to this is on the computer, not necessarily on the app or anything. If you go to your account, when you get to your account, you can do kind of what you want in here to all your settings and all this, because you can also in here set a payment up where you can have, BritBox and all the streaming services you want to pay through here. So you have one app for everything. If you have a Roku device, that might be acceptable. I don't do that for one reason. I keep all my purchases separate because I can generally find a deal and I see the bill more. If you just see a Roku channel bill every month, you might not look and you might not realize, oh, I subscribe to this. I'm just an example here. Curiosity Stream. It's only $20-$30 a year, but you just might forget it. And then it keeps billing. So if I keep everything separate, I see it. And I can find deals a lot of times on that. But if you know you're going to keep Channel X forever, it might be very convenient to you, especially if you got a Roku device, how they integrate it quite well. But the one thing when you get in here, there's really no straight way if you're on the computer to go right back to where you were. You can hit the back button, on your browser. But if you did a whole bunch of things in here, you're not going to want to hit back 20 times. So just a little tip here. What you do is you go up to the top, what to watch, and you go to the Roku channel. And when this next part comes up, it just says watch online. That's how you get back. I wish they had a simple button, back to watch or something on their home screen. They don't, but that's fine. So when you get to the home screen, here's your home screen. Like most things, they're going to have, a few shows in here to prime you. And then they're going to have the different categories down here. Some of them here, edge of your seat. We're just going to go through some of them here. That wasn't a bad movie. It wasn't the best, but it wasn't that bad. You can go through here. I'm just going to scroll through. Now that is a classic show from '87, RoboCop. This is my high school right here. this this and Rock the Rockies and Rambo's are pretty much the high school for me. So, but you can go through here and you can see some really good shows in here. You know, the Kojak. That's an old series there. You guys might know. If you guys don't know, if you ever hear that slang, he's got a Kojak. It's not used as much anymore, but that's from the Telly Savalas was bald, and he was one of the first big, totally bald actors. So back in the '70s and the early '80s, and some people use it today as a slang. It's called the Kojak, and that's bald, and that's why, because of this TV show here. You can see there's some newer stuff, some older stuff, and right here, this is just some action stuff right here. There, you know, priming you for here, and of course, Family Night right here. And we'll just scroll through and you can kind of see stuff here you can watch as a family or what they consider as a family. Now, since they do have some pay stuff on here, anytime you see this little dollar sign right here, that means it's a pay service. Like this is on Paramount. If you want through Paramount through there, you know, right here through HBO. So you're probably gonna have to, a Max through this right here. South Park right here, So, and if you want to, you can go in to find out what it is. And they're going to put a lot of this stuff on featured because they do make money selling the other product. So they're going to put, there isn't a way just to click off to just see the free, but they do a really good job, way better than Amazon. They make it really easy. They don't hide it. It's a pay right here. You can see it straight up. They don't hide it. Like Amazon is awful. The Prime. Prime probably does the best job at searching for shows and their algorithm to see what you like than any other service. They're leaps and bounds above everybody, but their interface is below everybody's. Why do they have every season of every show in the different for the same search? You know, you search for, we'll just pick a show here, Game of Thrones. There's 8 seasons. There's going to be 8 different things that pop up and different versions, very HD. So you might have 20 things that show up. They do it so you can buy each season. I know that. But if there should be a way to toggle that off. So sometimes I'll want to find a new show on Amazon. I'll just stop because it's such a pain in the arse to searching. You don't know what's free and what's not till you go into it. They at least here make it really, really easy. Now, here's your save list. You can also get your save list by going to save list here, but they'll put it down there. And in here, you can see what's on my save list. Nothing hidden here. There's some really good shows here. And sports, Rich Eisen show. It's on here every day free. So if you like to watch Rich Eisen, totally free. Just come on here, just sign an account on your device or your phone. You can stream it on here. Really good show. I saw this a while ago. I need to take that off. All you have to do to take it off is remove it right there. Old Henry's another good show. These are just ones I want to watch. The Spiderwick Chronicles. I watched the one that was, 10, 15 years ago they made. This one's supposed to be better than that. And if you've ever read the book, pretty good. It's kind of like a fantasy type book. So, but that's kind of the shows you can see right there. But we'll go back to the main screen here. What's streaming right now? By searches in the past, it kind of says, hey, here's what you kind of see is a lot of action stuff right here. So, and detective. And again, if you see the dollar, it's a paid, and shows I've watched in the past with the stars in them, these are in these also. Recently added TV shows right here. So you can kind of see there's a show you don't see much. In its day, this was a big show, Simon and Simon, about two brothers. I just like the car they drove. That's all I'm going to say about that. Leaving soon. If you want to look here to make sure if you don't want to see anything, continue watching right here. I don't remember watching this at all. Extreme Outdoor. Huh. That's kind of weird there. I don't there. But, and you can get local news on here. So that's what that was, You can just go through here and find it here. But if you want to get more of a search, if you go to the browse, there's a couple of things: series, TV shows, movies in here, Roku Originals here, kids and family. Here's your premium ones that you purchased, and the sports, because they will have some soccer games and stuff on here too, and some rugby games. But here is the different ones. Let's say you're in the mood for science fiction. And I do like how they break science fiction and fantasy down, albeit some might overlap nowadays. So you can go through here and find out this is TV and movies in here. So you can kind of go through here and if you want to find something right here. If you go to the originals, you can see they have a lot of originals in here. There's a lot of originals they've created in here. So, and again, these are all free. There's commercial supported. You knew that. That's not a surprise or anything like that. And if you go into the series, same thing with the series, just like your home screen, they're going to break it down into different kind of categories in right here. And same thing here at the movies. Go right in here to the movies, going to kind of break it down into here. You can also search right up here, type a name of an actor, show to see it, whatever they have. They also have the live TV, like Pluto and Roku. If you go on the live TV here, these are like shows that are continually playing. Now, I'm not a big, huge fan of their layout here. I like the simple, like the old school cable layout, but that's fine. But you can see here, like Gunsmoke's right here, and they pull up others. So they partner like with the Pluto and the Tubi and the other ones, if you see that there. And what that's going to do is they partner with them so they make a little bit funneling you through it right there like that. And your save list here. To add something to the save list, it's the last thing we'll really go over here. We'll just go home. We'll just pick a show right here, Tomb Raider. You can just click this plus right here. And it's added to your list. We're going to take it off. You can take it off right there too. But if you click on details, you come in here, you can add it to your save list right here too. Now, if we go into the save list, it always puts it at the front. If you want something out of the save list, just check on this right there. That's it. That's how to use the Roku channel. It's very good apps, very popular, a lot of free stuff on here. There's so much in the free apps today. With Pluto, Tubi, and Roku here, just these three, there's lots of stuff to watch free. You got some commercials, but you cannot complain about being free. And they'll have shows on here like the TV series, all the seasons on here, like Castle, Nathan Fillion, and they got all like 8 seasons on there. So it's really good. Lots of stuff to watch here. So I hope you guys appreciate this. If you don't mind, give this a like. If you don't mind, I do appreciate that a lot. If you want more of this, subscribe. I appreciate that. If you want me to review anything else, put it down below for me, please. And I appreciate everybody watching. Everybody have a great day. Thanks. Bye.